But at some point, you got to give up that fatal comfort, man. The complacency that has led us to this point, and you've got to stop letting yourself get influenced emotionally into giving up your own rights and taking them from your neighbor, because that is going to do your children in. It's like whittling a giant redwood. You used to have a giant redwood's worth of rights, and just death by 1,000 cuts. You've cut it away. You've voted for the Patriot Act or for the people who passed it, and just on and on. You've given up the gold standard. You didn't even care. You believe this stuff is good for you, and time after time, again, they just twist the knife after they stick it in. You cannot give up willingly any rights. You can choose to not exercise those rights, and you can live in a community that also chooses to not exercise any various right, but you can't give them up. You can't give them up to an established government. You know why? Because they will just take that, and they'll say, well, see, your life is better since we did this, so let's just do this. Dude, they hypnotize you. They get you into your emotions, and they make you care about stuff you shouldn't care about over stuff you should care about. How many people now are like pro-Palestine or pro-Israel, but not pro-America? And that brings me back to the point that, dude, there's just a schism, because they don't hate America. They hate it. They hate a portion of it that is arguing for freedom, but they don't realize that we're arguing for their freedom too. And so by them being more vocal, it's this just tumbling forward. It's an avalanche of rights, and dude, we're on the precipice. Things are gonna change really soon, or maybe they won't. Maybe it'll be like it always is, and you'll all just get used to this, just like you did after the Rona. Like, you just got used to 6 feet apart, all of this nonsense. How long did they have to keep those training patches in the floor before you just started doing it on your own? For your own good, of course. How many people do you see walking around still wearing masks? You can't give up a right. You can't allow it to be taken by legislation. And for those of you who are on my side with that, you can't listen to that legislation. The only hope at this point is peaceful resistance, and peaceful resistance is risky, because our government's tyrannical. People will kill you over not having a license and twitching. Like, cops will kill you just for that. Or if an acorn drops, man, we are under tyranny, but we are the larger group, and it takes compliance. We are at least the larger than those in the government or those who would enforce their tyranny. It takes resistance. It's kind of like atrophy. At first we were really strong, right? And then got sick, and our muscles faded. And collectively, just as a nation, our muscles being our rights. And then, to get them back, it's hard work. It takes heavy resistance. But literally, We cannot let this go one more generation. Like, why do we, I don't, but why do they just keep voting for the people that they're told to vote for? When you can literally write in anybody's name. You have the internet with which you can communicate with people en masse and decide as a community and as a nation who to vote for. And you don't have to work in their system. And then when you all vote for that person who isn't on the ballot, and they pick somebody else to rule, then you can see that this system is rigged. But you know what? You guys just keep complaining. You just keep complaining about how bad things are, but it's always the other side. But you never turn around and look in the mirror. It's both sides. There is not one good side. There never has been. You think there's two sides. That's amazing to me. And yet you call it the United States of America. That's not united. That's literally a division. That implies that there are two separate portions of the country who want two completely separate things out of their life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. How do you get back from that? How do you come back? I'd argue it's been like that since the Civil War. I mean, the Civil War was clearly fought over states' rights. And look, why do you believe that it was fought over slavery when Bush went in the name of, terrorism? And that was clearly proven untrue. Sure, our guys probably effectively did complete that goal to an extent, and just like the Civil War, did free slaves. But why do you believe that that's what it was about? Wars are never done in the name of something righteous. Wars are done out of greed, power, and control. And that's exactly what every war has been about since the Civil War. But the most insidious war that has gone on since then is this schism, and it's only worsened. It's kind of like it's like a Velcro strip, or not Velcro, it's a zipper on a jacket, you know. It's just been slowly divided, peeled apart like a banana peel. And we've allowed it to happen. How do you come back from that? Have a good night, everybody. Let's real quick. We need to brainstorm, you know? There need to be think tanks on how to secure our freedoms and how to show people that they have Stockholm Syndrome, because that's what it is. They've come to worship their masters. We need to actually, this YouTube thing, it ain't it. And we need to somehow all talk and as a country without the oversight of the government. We gotta. And social media doesn't work. Social media has only divided us further because it's been exploited by black hats, basically. So, I don't know. I don't have any answers by myself. I just know that this ain't it. Have a great night.